Hey y'all, welcome back to Key is King. Today we are getting into our latest Real Housewives of Potomac review. We are at season 9, episode God knows what. Season 9, episode 8. And we are opening with a G&A event, which, if you know this franchise, you know not to expect much from G&A, because they don't have much to offer in the way of things that they want to be producers of. It's very interesting. But they're having a event which the only thing I will give them credit for, it's related to like the Brain Tumor Association due to Giselle's dad and his passing. So that they get credit for. Everything else they do have nothing to give. Just nothing to give. They're having this like morning workout class. Everyone's there besides Karen. As you know, we are opening almost all scenes with a countdown to Karen's court date, which we are at 3 days away at the time of this event. And the ladies are gathering in their workout clothes. They're being led in some type of like fitness class of sorts. This apparently today means fitness. So they're doing the fitness class, and Ashley decides she's going to perform her new song, Healing and Thriving, I believe. They might have called it Thriving and Surviving last time. Whatever it is, it's trash. And Ashley should stop singing immediately. Just immediately. But there she goes singing, and Stacy, of course, she's so funny with her robotic reads. Yeah, we'll call them robotic. That's the nicest I can give her right now. And she is saying that Ashley's really trying to hit the notes, and she's really trying to sing, and she's brave for getting up there and doing that in front of all of those people. And I agree. It doesn't mean she should do it anymore, though. So after the fitness class, Mia decides she's going to open up and share with the group about her recent situation with Gordon and Ink and all of this stuff. Mia. She's telling the ladies about, I think, the abortion that Gordon dropped and all this other stuff. And Giselle, of all people, which this is what I'm saying, Giselle, I cannot stand, or in past seasons' history, I really could not stand, because she has proven herself to be an evil type of woman, and still really is and has that, but without Robin and with her having to kind of show better parts of herself this season, she's a voice of reason in this moment, because she's like, it's all too much. What are we doing? She sees the declassing happening in front of her eyes, and she's just like, like we all are. Because Mia is really, she's doing too much, 3 much, 4 much, and 5 much. She's awful at this point. Unbearable, just unbearable. And reckless. But they end the scene with a prayer for Karen, which is led by First Lady Giselle. She puts her hat back on. And that's the problem I have with religious people to begin with. Because how could you be an evil BI and switch back into church lady real quick? And that's how most of them church ladies be, so no church for me. Like, I'll go to a church, but just not any church. We move on to the day of Karen's court date, and it's dun dun dun. She is getting ready at home with Ray, and the energy is off, baby. I am gonna need the Karen divorce storyline to hit the scene. And I really hate to wish a divorce on Karen, because I'm sure she really does love Ray. But something is not right, and something has not been right. And Karen better not play that I can't talk about it shit when it happens. She better drag. Not that I think Ray has a lot. She's probably the one to get really dragged, honestly. Anyway, she and Ray are sitting around, and the energy's off because Ray says he'd rather be golfing. Sir. Your wife is about to go possibly to jail. And you're talking about you'd rather be golfing? There is a problem. Houston. We have a problem. And Karen's like, golfing? He's like, well, wouldn't you rather be golfing too? Which technically probably yes, but that is not what you meant, sir. Ray is old and can't hide it. It's giving old man Todd from Salt Lake City a little bit. Like, Ray has had it. I think he wants Karen to go to jail at this point. I was like, my God. But the lawyer comes over, they go to court. Also notable, Karen's holding the lawyer's hand as they get out of the car. To the point where I didn't think Ray was with them, but Ray is off to the side, looking like he is the driver, or maybe even the lawyer. Why are you holding your lawyer's hand and not your husband's, ma'am? Even you could have tried to hold both of them. It's like, Karen. Not you letting the tension and the divorce show, even on your court date. Which, this whole court storyline Karen, I see you. I see what you're doing. You and your lawyer. Lawyer. So the ladies are meeting up for a little lunch brunch situation the same day as Karen's court case. Now they're talking as if they were like anticipating Karen to come to this, because why the fuck would she come to this the day of her court date? But everyone gets there slowly but surely. Yeah, Mia is her name. Mia and Kay are the first ones there, and they have a little tension breaking moment. They're like talking and whatever. Good for Mia. She thinks she has an ally. I think Kay's just being nice. And so everyone gets there, and Kay announces that Karen's court date was postponed until the fall of whatever year they're in. I don't even know when filming was. Probably a year ago. If not, this does not matter. Small details, does not matter. Anyway, it was postponed. And Karen's acting all unaware and shocked and like, well, that's the court system. And A, this is just dragging all this shit out. But B, that was the plan, as Karen's lawyer said. Like, they flash a Karen and her lawyer dropping them off at home and talking. And he's like, well, we got the result we wanted, blah, 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 blah. Meaning whatever you did legally was to postpone this case. Because you're trying to get it, like, thrown out, probably, rather than, like, address it head on. So Karen, in her little semantics and her games that she, like, poorly plays. Come better. You're better than that, Karen. I expect more. I expect more. But that also is kind of part of Karen's brand. Kind of. And then Mia is, of course, she can't resist being shady about Karen. I don't know if somebody was suggesting to call Karen. But Mia was like, she's probably drunk right now. And I believe it might have been Stacy that tried to come to her defense at first, phonily. But Mia's like, if Karen doesn't drink, then I don't have sex. And then Stacy goes, well, she's an alcoholic then. And they're laughing and having a kiki, and Wendy is not having it. She's not participating in the Karen joking so far this season at all. But as we know, they're going to have a bit of a beef or like a bump in the road, so unfortunately, smells like it's going to be Karen that causes that, but Wendy was not having it in this moment, and I do not blame her. Unfortunately, move on to a scene with Ashley and her family, and Ashley, I feel like, has had the same family scene for the past 9 seasons, and I'm about tired of her. I'm really about tired of her. So her family's coming over to eat the cake her kids made and I guess talk about her life. Because I get it, it's a show, she's on the show, like the world revolves around Ashley in this context, but like, if I were her family, I would just cuss her smooth the fuck out and be like, stop talking to me about this shit, probably. Because like, girl, just get the divorce, and she's crying, of course, about her divorce and Michael and da 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 and blah 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 blah. And her family's like, he just wanted a very young girl. He wanted somebody with a young mentality. He wanted somebody that he could kind of control. And that's what he got. And that's what you signed up for. And Ashley's like afraid to face him in like court and like go through with the divorce because Michael is smart and savvy and petty and all this shit that she knew before she married and got pregnant. So, and it's just wild to me that you spend that much time, that much investment in a person, and you claim that they're all these things, and you're claiming you didn't learn a trick, you didn't stash $1, you didn't like just nothing, or you're just smiling and nodding and twerking on TikTok through your, like, what were you doing? And maybe maybe she is just, as Katie Ross would say, maybe she's dumb or stupid. I don't really know. I don't really know. But it just blows my mind that Ashley is like coming with the same shit like this. And to top all of it off, Wendy's party is happening on her actual birthday. Like the day she was born, Wendy's 40th birthday party, which was like, Wendy's birthday was 2 weeks prior, is happening on Ashley's birthday. And that is insult to the injury that is her storyline in her life. Okay, it checks out. She's doing that dry pageant cry. It's like, oh my god. That's to the left in sign language, actually. We then flash over to Mia, who is large and in charge, picking up Ink, who had a very short break, apparently from being broken up or taking space away from Mia. She looks like she looks like she could pick him up. She looks like she could like break his spine. Large and in charge are the words. That's, yep. Clearly, she drives the boat, the bus, everything. But Ink's talking about how if Gordon was 20, 25 years younger, he would like fight him and handle the situation in a different way. Alright, Napoleon. They just make me sick. They need, like, we need to sign a petition, Bravo lovers. Like, what can we do? Who do we need to talk to? Andy? Andy Cohen. Let's get rid of her. Jacqueline too. Whew. I just don't like when they speak. We quickly move on to Wendy's mom's, or not Wendy's, look, Wendy's mom was low-key the highlight of this next scene based off of what I just said about Mia, who needs humbling at every chance she gets. But we move on to Wendy's birthday party. And Potomac is like not doing it for me. It's not exciting. I'm just going to say that. But Wendy's party, it's an all-white theme. All the ladies do look good, I must say. I was impressed. Usually not everybody looks good. Ashley is the question mark of the group per usual. But everybody for the most part looked really good. Immediately, one of the first things that stood out to me is Wendy's family table has like her husband's family on one end and her family on the other. And apparently there's still beef despite them finally coming to, CEFO function. And they're blatantly just like, the mom and sister are blatantly talking shit about them out loud. Like, what is wrong with them? I was like, oh, African people really don't play. They really don't play. But I respect it. Mia decides she's going to approach Wendy's mom for God knows what reason. Because that's a Mia move, if I've ever seen a Mia move. And so Mia thought shit was sweet, I guess, talking to Wendy's mom, who is a prayed up African lady who's been accused of voodoo and being a witch. And so Wendy's mom just lets her have it. She's just like, her accent, just thinking about her accent makes me laugh. But she was just going on about how like Mia was talking about her, had her name in her mouth, calling her out of her name, and that she's like, holy fire spirit, praying and holy fire, praying about Mia and blah, 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 and calling her a bird, and that she's not a witch. She was not turning Mia loose, and it was so funny. Mia was like, I did, like, I'll give Mia one thing, she, like, goes into most situations trying to, like, own it and be like, yeah, I did that. But Wendy's mom was just getting her with, like, God and holy fire. It was a highlight for me. And Ink was just standing there with his 2-foot-tall self. Mia really should have just sat there and drank her drink. She should have just zipped that mouth and just let everybody go about their day. Because I don't know why she did that. But they also, I think before even this happened, but it was, like I said, the highlight for me. Giselle's getting there, Karen's getting there, everybody's there. And Giselle is so shady. I think she was like congratulating Karen on being free or like celebrating her freedom. Like, you're free, you're here, you're here. And Karen had this cute little outfit on during her court date, and they were like, Karen, what were you like channeling? And Karen was like, innocence. And that's such a Karen response, and I love that. But they move on to Wendy's entrance, which to me was worthy of her ball fumbling title that I give her, because she is a ball fumbler at the end of the day. Also, she's going to be teaching a course at Wesleyan, which is in my hometown. I grew up like literally down the street from it, and I found that cool because I'm trying to enroll just because, like, why not? Let's see the fumble in person. No, I really do like Wendy, although I feel that she does fumble balls a lot. Evidenced by her boat entrance. She came in on a boat, she had everybody walking over, and Ashley is just actively talking shit about this event out loud. She's mad that it's on her birthday. She's mad that she has her titties out and people still don't care. She's just mad. She's wearing heels in the grass. Okay, I'm sure that is annoying, but everyone else is doing it too. Anyway, she was talking shit out loud, and one of the guests broke their necks looking at her. So I hope they went back and told Wendy. I really do. That hasn't been revealed as of yet, but I peeped. I was like, oh, you're talking shit and around people that know her. This is her birthday. That was funny to me, because that lady really did look at her like, what? But Wendy's coming in on a boat. She has everybody on the shore. And they're just doing donuts. She's like in her dress, like, yeah. And like, okay, that's cute, but what? Like, what? They showed her before, like, talking to her party planner about how, like, the boat can't pull up because where everyone is standing and looking, there's, like, a bunch of boulders that prevent the boat from coming up or her walking on the rocks. So she's just doing donuts, which they eventually stop, and then they're just kind of sitting there, and she's just like, hi, hi. And then everybody just, like, walks back to the table because she has to go halfway around the marina to get back to land where she can, like, get off the boat and then come back to the party and, like, walk in and have, I guess, like, part 2 of her grand entrance. And this is the shit I'm talking about. The potential's there, but you fumble the ball. What type of shit is that? What is that? But she comes in, she's happy, she's doing her Wendy screeching, and everybody seems happy to see her. Kudos for you. Like, I don't know, man, I don't know. So we end the episode at Wendy's birthday party. This episode, it gave me a couple things, but Potomac is not giving me the feeling it used to give me, and I just can't get over it. But of course Stacy is there with TJ because the women are in attendance with their men. It's a birthday party. Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And TJ's having a bitch fit on Stacy. Apparently he was mad that he got left to, like, be social and talk and use his mouth, which he doesn't seem to have a problem doing with Stacy. He told her to get her hands off of him at one point, which, sis, calm down. You literally wore a mesh shirt on TV, which leads me to the next point of she asked him about, like, how nice the flowers were, how pretty they were, and he said, really, that's a girl question. Only a 3-letter word starts with F and ends with G and has a in the middle would care about something like that. Like, hello. To all the down low men, stop freaking out over stupid shit because that makes you look gayer. Thank you. Thank you. Like, what is wrong with you? Just, like, have sex with a man. Get over it. He's so... I just cannot stand when men do shit like that. Your fragility is showing. Zip it up. He's... Like I said, I still personally believe he's acting like a bitter gay man, secret gay man, but, like, that just could be his truth. Lord knows. Lord knows. But yeah, so they're doing that, and everybody's like, Stacy, what are we doing? Because what are we doing? Like, wake up. The newscaster needs to report live from some truth. Hello. Wake it up. Girl. They also cut to a scene of this man who was thirsty about Ashley from the second she walked in, mostly because she had her titties out. Although he was commenting on how, like, he wasn't looking at her titties and being respectful. To notice not to look at them, you have to notice. Okay, are we? Okay. Right? And so Giselle's like, Ashley, stop talking to this man. I think he's talked to everybody here. And I was like, go ahead, Giselle. Good advice. Good advice. You try to be redeemable. You keep going. But it ends once again with Giselle getting a clap because she calls out Mia for being a liar. Because after Mia gave her whole speech about Gordon and had people feeling bad for her and crying, they're, like, taking shots and at the pool at her, like, loft apartment, like, the next day. And she's like, within 24 hours, your whole circumstance and story seemed to change. And literally, what the fuck? Like, what? Are you just a liar? And I'm glad Giselle said it because it needed to be said. And Mia wants to end the fucking episode and reply with, the fathers of my children. And everybody's like, what, the fathers? What do you mean the fathers? You're supposed to have one pappy, to your children? And he's like, yeah, the fathers. So, Mia's on a different show in her head. You can't convince me otherwise. She started at Housewives and I don't know where the fuck she is now. But she needs to go, find her show, and stay there. And get the fuck away from the show before she ruins it anymore. But that was Potomac. I have mixed feelings, and they are really starting to piss me off again. And I thought we were over that. Thought we were doing better, but this episode really kind of irks my nerves. But it is what it is. We'll see. Did they have a mid-season trailer that dropped? They might have, and the fact that I don't remember right now is telling enough. So, with that being said, that was the latest and the greatest, or not so greatest, out of Potomac. I will be back with more. Hope to see you soon. Do not forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And come check me out. Bye.